and just a defensive structure that Scotland have been probed more often than not in the run of games that Tom mentioned. When you think back to what that defensive record had been through the period in the build-up to the Euros and before that, defensively we were so strong, and I know there's players missing, but I just think that we can still do better, you know, and it's that defensive nature and really trying to think about defending the goal. Other than that, across the pitch, I think player for player it's been good. Limited Croatia as well, they've not had too many clear-cut chances, and up top we've carried a threat, so all in all it's been pretty good.
It's a little bit like, you know, the late goals that you lose. You know, it's about concentration, it's about understanding the circumstances you're in. So, you know, to constantly lose late goals, there is something wrong with the mentality of the players in terms of, listen, you know, at least we've got something for this game, so we've got to make sure that we're keeping it tight. And you would think that would be communicated along the back four. And it's the same when you lose a goal. The next 5 minutes are important. The next attack's important. And I just felt that Andy, I don't know, he was ball watching, Andy, and it's diagonals coming over the top, and then that set up the opportunity. Whereas, really, when you get that goal, the defence should be, you know, on red alert to make sure that they're solid at the back. And unfortunately, that wasn't the case.
At least I'm taking some comfort from Modric that he's been good, he's been decent, but he hasn't been Modric. You know, he's not bossing this game completely. He's not playing these passes that are cutting through the heart of the Scotland defence. He may well yet do that. But as of now, he's been pretty well marshalled. And it's, again, when I go back to that word you just used a second ago, concentration. Yeah. Scotland have to stay concentrated for the rest of the game.
Full second half commentary to come. We started off today at 2 o'clock. We brought you updates from the championship game at Firhill, Partick Thistle 1, Falkirk 1. Also, we had 2 games covered in the 4th round of the Challenge Cup. It was Dunfermline 2, Kelty Hearts 1, Airdrie 1, East Kilbride 1. East Kilbride going through on penalties. The 2 games we were at, Ayr United 2, Peterhead 1. Livingston beat Inverness Cally Thistle on penalties. Now, it's a big story going on at Cally Thistle right now. I know there's some fans down at the game today. You'll be on the way back up the road. So here's an interview with the manager, Duncan Ferguson.
Duncan, how do you sum up that fighting and spirited performance from your side?
Well, you've just summed up, haven't you? So I thought that was the case. I thought we were absolutely fantastic first half, particularly. Really good. To come here and score a couple of goals and look at the threat, I think with a good shape about us. They're a very good team, aren't they? Second half, obviously, we had to weather a storm, didn't we? We sat back a wee bit. But we did take chances in the first 5-10 minutes of the second half. There was quite a few chances that we had. Other than that, we defended really well. I was well pleased with the lads. And to come away with a draw, coming here, they've only conceded 3 goals in the league the whole season, so we took 2 off them today. So I'm absolutely delighted. Unfortunate we couldn't get it done in the penalties.
For a bit aside as well, you mentioned how Livy have not been conceding goals. The last few games not really been scoring either, so getting that back into your team as well.
I think we all thought it was going to be a 0-0 or something, or a 1-0. But no, I was delighted to come away from home and score 2 goals. I thought they took goals very well. First one particularly was a lovely cross in for Louis Longstaff, and Paul arrived in the box with a lovely header. And then the second one was a set play. And you know, we've not scored many set plays this season, but we showed a bit of aggression, didn't we? So I was absolutely delighted with the performance for the team, and such a young team in the end we had on. So not delighted.
To have that kind of performance when there's everything going on in the background as well. What is the mentality like of your players in that group right now?
Well, I think it shows how the group is together and how they're fighting for me and they're fighting for the club. I mean, we're very good today. I think most people would have thought we'd come down and get turned over quite comfortably. They're flying high in the Championship. We're struggling in League One. So, no, but I thought we're very good. But I think our performance has been very good of late. We did really well last week against Arbroath. We should have beat them 3 or 4. And I think we're continuing that on. But today we stuck the ball in the net.
Yeah, Duncan Ferguson there. Very difficult times for the club in the Highlands. More news to come this week. I can see the players are back out in Zagreb. So far, so good for Steve Clarke's team. Let's hope we can build on that encouraging first half performance. Let's get back to our commentary team of James McFadden and Liam McLeod.
It will be Croatia to get the second half underway. He's noticed there, Ben Doak, born on the 11th of November 2005, a day after Craig Gordon earned his 14th cap for Scotland against the United States in a friendly, a 1-1 draw. James to my right came off the bench in that one, so that just shows you go. Craig Gordon at 41, Ben Doak 18, playing in the same side tonight for Scotland. Croatia are going to make what looks like one change at the start of the second half, and they're going to take off Pasalic, and they've brought on Petar Sucic, who's the cousin of Luka Sucic, who started the game, as Croatia get the second half underway, left to right in their all blue with red and white flashes. Scotland in their change colours of pale blue with purple, and it comes all the way back to Craig Gordon. So no changes for Scotland at the start of the second half, and Petar Sucic has come on. He's 20, plays his club football here in the Maksimir with Dinamo Zagreb, and he's come on for Atalanta's Pasalic. And here is the Croatia goal scorer driving forward, Matanovic out to this right hand side for Perisic, well challenged by Ryan Christie. Scotland with Gordon in goal, Ralston, Suter, Hanley and Robertson, Gilmer and McLean, Doak, McTominay, Christie and Dykes. And Croatia with Livakovic in goal, Šutalo, Chaleta Tsar and Vardiol at the back. Perisic, Sosa are wide, Modric now in the middle with Petar Sucic, Luka Sucic, Matanovic, Kramaric. As the Croatia team, Scotland right to left as we watch from the main stand. Craig Gordon defending, or keeping the goal, with the Tartan Army behind him, albeit they're a fair distance away. There used to be a running track round this pitch here, this ageing artefact of a stadium. And as Chaleta Tsar goes long, looking for Perisic, but he's well off target, and it comes all the way through to Craig Gordon. Even if this run without wins continues tonight, if Scotland get a draw in Zagreb, that will do their confidence the world of good.
Yeah, I think a draw is a positive result. I think you add that to, if the performance level is maintained throughout this second half, then you could say it's been a pretty good evening. I think that, you know, it is a poor run, but when you're up against, you know, opposition of this calibre, then coming here and getting a draw is by no means a poor result. I think it's a very good result, but I think the game's there for Scotland to win it. If they can, you know, be aware that, you know, those little cross balls, trying to get, you know, beyond the fullbacks from the narrow cross balls, snuff them out and still carry that threat going forward, then this game can be won from Scotland.
Robertson down the left-hand touchline for Christie, under serious pressure. He's done well to work it back to his captain, and Robertson spinning away from Luka Sucic and playing it short to Suter. He goes out to Ralston on the far side. Now back with John Suter. Every time his international career looks as though it's going to take off, he picks up an injury, because he is somebody that you would have expected to have won a lot more caps than he ultimately has. As Christie picks up a loose ball in the midfield, he's done well. He got it back actually from Dykes, but he's run into trouble, and it's Luka Sucic, or Petar Sucic rather, who wins it back and plays it to Šutalo and moves it into Modric in the midfield. Modric for the outside of the boot, and it's in the midfield with Gilmore, and now it's with Christie. Moves it back into his own half for Grant Hanley. Robertson has it, plays it short onto the halfway line for McLean. McLean's got Robertson on the touchline, and he elects to go back the way instead. Low ball to Suter, just outside the centre circle. He's launched that one high out towards Ben Doak. Not the ideal ball for Doak, to be fair, but it's headed away straight into the midfield. Scotland pick up with Ralston, back to McLean on the halfway line, and out to the left-hand side here for Robertson, rampaging forward, gets a good early ball in. Dykes threw a leg out at it, couldn't get a touch, and it was behind for the goal kick. Ben Doak's claiming it came off the defender. I think it was Chaleta Tsar who was with Lyndon Dykes as he stretched to try and get onto that Robertson ball. Another fabulous delivery from Andy Robertson.
Yeah, it is. It's Robertson, you know, down that left side again. Lyndon Dykes holds his position, then gambles to the front post to make that run across the defender. And he does well, you have to say, Chileta Sarr, to make sure that Dykes doesn't get too much on it. He does get the outstretched leg. It looked to me like Dykes got the touch that took it, you know, beyond towards that back post area. But it's another, you know, good half opportunity there for Scotland. Good delivery from Andy Robertson.
Here's Modric in an advanced position out to the left. Sosa level the Scotland 18-yard line. Skipping in fields away from a couple of challenges, but runs into McTominay, who wins it back for Scotland. And McTominay taking it forward out to that right-hand side, trying to keep it in play, and trying to win the throw-in at least. It's actually gone against them though. A Croatia throw, which Sosa takes quickly and bowls it back to Chileta Sarr. And Petar Sucic turns it out to Perisic on this near side. Chip ball forward, which is nodded away by Robertson, controlled in the left knee by McLean, and he wins the throw-in off Petar Sucic on this near side.
Yeah, as McTominay's driving forward there, he's got Ben Doak outside him. He's looking for Doak to make the run beyond Bardale so he can play it in behind. Doak just holds his position and actually deepens off. You just see them having a little conversation there. Doak was, you know, it looked like saying he was wanting to, you know, take the ball deep and go out the other side, but McTominay's looking for him to make that run and use that explosive pace that we know he has.
Free kick Scotland. Dykes was fouled by Shutalo on this near side, just on the halfway line, pretty much. So Scotland free kick just calms things down a bit again.
Another note in Ben Doak, I think that we all know that he's rapid, and often you get players that are really quick and maybe don't have as good technical ability, but you can see that he's got that. His first touch is good, it takes him where he wants to go, he can use his pace, and you know, the final ball, he's 18, that will come, but he gets himself in really good positions to cause problems. You can see there's development in him, but he's got that quality, that awareness as well. Really good first touch.
It is Anthony Ralston who's onto it. And John Souttar. The long ball forward, the header on the halfway line by Chileta Sarr, but he's pushing his man as well. It'll be a free kick for Scotland. It's Dykes in the wars again. Free kick on the halfway line. There's a massive dragonfly just appeared on my left-hand side. The last time that happened was in Oslo when Scotland beat Norway. Not that it happens that often, that's the only other time it's happened, but this was a big black dragonfly. It was a frightening looking beast. Anyway,
you nearly jumped right on my lap there, Liam.
It was massive. Anyway, Scotland have it with Hanley. Short ball to Gilmore, back to Souttar, side foot pass forward to McTominay. He'll then shift it over to the right side for Ralston, who goes back to Craig Gordon. All ball short to Hanley, and then out to Robertson on the near side. Infield to Gilmore, back to Hanley, squares it along his own penalty area for Souttar. Kramaric trying to close it down. Souttar goes long. It's met by Gvardiol, who toes it forward to Modric, and now Martinovic with a shot. Gordon makes the save. Robertson gets rid of it. Oh, it was a awkward looking moment for the Scotland goalkeeper. He's done well in the end as Gilmore comes forward, gets it from Robertson, and across the halfway line, out to the left side for Robertson, back to Christie, and then into his own half for Hanley. Christie then so fleet-footed, he's found Billy Gilmore, side foot ball with the right to the left for Robertson, just outside the Croatia box. His cross cut out by Perisic, and out for a Scotland throw-in level with the Croatian 18-yard line. Bold infield to the Scotland goal scorer Christie. Into Gilmore, back into the centre circle for Souttar. Little ball to Ralston, forward to McTominay. Doak on the right-hand touchline, Ralston's on the underlap. McTominay finds Doak, into Ralston, he's inside the box, checks onto his right side, tries to pull it back to McTominay, and it's cleared. It looked like that was opening up for Ralston there. We haven't got the best vantage point in the stadium, and it was on the right-hand side of the box when it broke. Just initially, it looked like they were going to be in through Anthony Ralston, but he checked back onto his right side.
Yeah, it's a great response. You know, Croatia had the shot from distance. I think it was Matanovic that has the shot, and then Scotland pick the ball up. Andy Robertson, little 1-2 inside, continues his run, gets the territory, up the pitch, and then when it works out to Ben Doak, it looks like he's going to just whip it in, but he spots the runner Ralston and finds him, and he just can't quite find McTominay.
Scotland giving the ball away to Modric. That's not advisable, but his pass forward's cut out. It's going to break back to Modric here. Flicks it to Perisic, to Modric, right hand side of the box. It is Sučić. He goes back onto his right side, out to Perisic on this right hand side of the box, to Modric, who flights one towards the far corner. Gordon claws it away. Chipped back across by Sosa, off the defender and behind for a corner. Well, that was a similar effort from Modric to the goal he scored against Scotland at Hampden at the European Championship in 21. Really good effort from him. It stays one apiece in Zagreb.
That's a tremendous effort. Reverse whip, Craig Gordon might be disappointed that actually doesn't gather it, but it's going to the top corner. Modric showing the quality that it has.
Coming almost 10 into the second half, and Modric is going to take the corner over on the far side. The Croatia left as they attack the goal to the right. Short to Kramaric, back to Modric, fires it to the edge of the area. Sučić tries to whip it towards goal, and what a finish that is! Flag, I think, might have gone up though, but the whistle went just before the second effort there from Luka Sučić. My goodness me, almost took the net off its hoardings. His initial effort was blocked. The referee blew the whistle, I think, before he had the second strike at it. It stays 1-1.
Yeah, I'm not so sure what he's blowing the whistle for, but it's a huge let-off. What a strike it is. The first effort he takes on his left foot first time, and it bounces back to him, and he just hits it with the right foot on the half volley beyond Craig Gordon. Nothing he can do about it. It's an incredible strike, but the whistle had gone. I don't know what for, I have to say. I don't know if there was a foul and Scotland tried to clear the box and get the block in the initial shot, because it was a well-worked routine from Croatia.
Yeah, it's been a difficult few minutes for Scotland. Doak's on it just now though, as he turns it midway side his own half for McLean, and out to Robertson on this near side. Rolls it back infield to Grant Hanley. As I mentioned, started the game in 2013. Robert Snodgrass's goal was enough for Gordon Strachan inside. And a long ball for Doak to chase. Gvardiol goes out to meet him, but it's with Doak. Dykes is in the middle and wants it. Christie's there too. Doak tries to roll it back to McTominay. Cut out and behind for the corner by Sosa. It's 1-1. It's a really entertaining game, actually.
Yeah, and Scotland have, Croatia have had their opportunities, but what I've liked is the response. Anytime they've got that shot, Scotland have managed to hit back on their own. Ben Doak, the switch of play, gets it in behind using his pace, gets the head up again. Again, maybe could you look to put that cross in? He's trying to find McTominay. Well, no wonder with the goal scoring form that he's in. But it's a really good response again, and that has been the theme of the game.
In swinging corner coming up here from Robertson, bends it into the 6-yard area, just a bit too high for McTominay. Headed away by Gvardiol, picked up by Ralston. He looks to fire it high back out to the right hand side of the box. Christie's on to it, turns it back outside. Robertson's cross is good, the header's wide. What a chance for John Souttar. He's about 7 yards from goal, dead centre of the penalty area, and he's put it past the left hand post, and it stays Croatia 1, Scotland 1 on 57.
When it comes back in, it looks to me as if he's just trying to guide it rather than put power on it. He's up early enough to go and really attack it. I mean, it's not a great ball and he is stretching, but I think that he can get more on it. It's almost like he's trying to just take the sting off it and guide it into the far post instead of going and attacking it and really asking Livakovic, it might be being a bit harsh on him, to make a save, but it looked like he could get more on it than what he actually did.
It's one apiece. The Croatian fans finding their voice. Here's Modric down the left, flicks it with the outside of the left, blocked by Gilmore. Out for a Croatia throw-in over on the far side. Level with the edge of the D of the Scotland box. Over there on the Croatian left. Sosa is over the throw. Pulls it for Kramaric. Nods the header back out to Sosa on that far side. Level the 18-yard line. Little ball infield to Modric. Gets away from a couple. Pulls the ball back. Cleared by Souttar at the penalty spot. Picked up by Gvardiol over on that far side. And infield to Kramaric. And he shifts it back the way Petar Sučić, who finds his cousin over on this near side now. He leaves it for Perisic. turns in field, left foot ball comes in, it's a brilliant ball. Gordon gets the right fist to it, he's done well. Doak manages to pinch it back from Sosa on the far side, and there's an injury problem for Matanovic, who was attacking that ball when it came in. The referee's going to stop play to allow attention to the Croatian starting striker, but I think there's movement on the bench. I think Coach Dalic is going to make at least one change here. In fact, I think it's going to be a couple, but we'll get to that in just a moment. Matanovic is being treated in the Scotland box. It is 1-1 in Zagreb. James McFadden.
Really good, brave goalkeeping from Craig Gordon. There's a little nick just before he gets a hand to it. I think off Suter, who's at full stretch. Matanovic is coming in. Takes a heavy clattering off the Craig Gordon, but it's brave. Probably Craigie actually takes a bigger hit off of Matanovic. Matanovic comes off worse, but really good, brave goalkeeping there.
And you know, it must flash through his mind that incident with Stephen Fletcher at Tannadice when he was out for the year with a broken leg. He's of course had all those injury problems before that. Going into challenges like that, it must flash through his mind. That makes it an even braver bit of goalkeeping.
Oh, it has to, because that's what I'm thinking when Craig is into the bodies. You know, because of how horrific the injury was in the collision with Stephen Fletcher, goalkeepers have to go and put themselves, you know, in the line of harm, really, because it is really brave, and when he does it, you're thinking, because of how heavy the contact was as well from Matanovic, that he could, you know, you're just glad to see him get back onto his feet as quick as he did.
Croatia change is coming. Scotland on the ball though, and it's down the left. Christie trying to keep it in play down with the corner flag. He's done so. So Robertson's out there in support. Back to Robertson. A really high, deep ball. Dykes nods it back. McTominay trying desperately to get onto it. Flicked away though by Peter Sucic. Gilmour has it at the edge of the box. He's gone down. The referee's not interested though. He's gone down clutching the small of his back there, Billy Gilmour. Scotland emerged with it on the far side. I mean, it looked like a foul.
All day long it's a foul.
You don't go down like that if it's not a foul.
No,
I wouldn't have thought. He went down in two stages.
It was a knee right in the back.
Yeah. James is getting a chance to look at a replay
That's
of
a
it there.
foul all day long.
It's a foul.
And it's, by the way, it's right in front of the referee.
Yeah. A dreadful decision. This is a Europa League final referee in charge tonight as well. Croatia got the ball clear. It's ended up out on this left-hand side. Andy Robertson with a throw in. Croatia are going to make a change. Lukas Sucic is going to come off. Dinamo Zagreb's Martin Materina is going to come on to replace him. This is the man who's been described as the next Modric. He plays his football here, and he's the next great hope. Manchester United apparently among the interested suitors for Baturina, who comes on to earn his 6th cap. Scored his first Champions League goal against Monaco a week past Wednesday for Dinamo. A long ball forward by Craig Gordon, and is eventually mopped up by Gvardiol, who nods it there just to his right for Šutalo. Now to Perisic, it forward into Scotland up Modric. Delicate ball forward, Kramaric giving chase. Ralston defends it well. Gordon trying to prevent the corner. He's done just about enough there. It's flicked off the corner flag on the far side, but it's gone out for a throw-in rather than the corner kick. He's done well there.
Yeah, he sure has, and but it's great defending initially from Ralston. Gets in a good position to win it back. I think he can turn and clear it himself. He plays it onto the right foot of Craig Gordon as well, who's telling him to clear it. Bounces off the corner flag, and interestingly they take the throw in about 10 yards deeper than when it actually went out.
For some reason the refs don't care about it if you're going back the way. Anyway, one apiece. 62, almost 63 now, 63 minutes on the clock. It's Robertson dinking it forward on this near side, looking for Christie. Šutalo gets his head onto it. Robertson picks it up on this near side, and he switches it to Ralston. Scotland in a similar position here to the one they were in Lisbon at 1-1 against Portugal. Ronaldo scored late on. Scotland are coming forward though. Doak, McTominay, right hand side of the box, tries to fire it across, blocked by Chaleta Tsar. Breaks to Doak, lovely shimmy into the box, right hand side, looks to pull it back. Sliding in is Sosa though, and it's cleared up towards Kramaric. get the ball to Ben Doak as often as you possibly can.
Yeah, absolutely, and the chance is there as well. McTominay makes that run on the right hand side. Lyndon Dykes makes a run expecting him to hit it first time. He takes a touch, and then the gap's gone, the chance is gone. McTominay just fires that across first time. Dykes is in a great position to find the back of the net, but yeah, Ben Doak, he just looks so composed. We mentioned his age and bringing that freshness, and you think that it's going to be even raw because we've not seen a lot of him and the hype surrounding him, but he's making good decisions to hold his position, to run in behind. He's not getting too excited and just rushing things. He's looking really composed, and certainly he's put in a really good performance tonight.
It's back with Hanley inside his own box, squares it to Suter. Suter carrying it outside his penalty area, and he squares it back to Grant Hanley, who's winning his 55th cap this evening. Out to Robertson, sweeps it up the line for Christie. One back well there by Šutalo, an Ajax defender, into the midfield, Petar Sucic. And then Baturina finds Modric. Modric skipping forward, he's away from McTominay. He's at the edge of the box, he shoots, it's wide! Well, you're just fully expecting the net to bulge there. Modric got that little bit of space, got to the edge of the box. You could see he was shaping to shoot for that far right corner, but he's put it wide of the goal frame, and it stays Croatia 1, Scotland 1 on 65.
It's unbelievable from Modric. Just stepping inside, little nutmeg, gets a slice of luck with a nutmeg and McTominay, and as you say, when he steps in, he just opens his body up. You're expecting him to find the back of the net, but at the very least find the target. Just showing his class once again.
Yeah, he's been more threatening in the second half than he was the first. Here comes Christie trying to do likewise up the other end. Dykes has it, left-hand side of the box, another ball in that's blocked, and Modric picks up at the edge of his own penalty area. And going by the reaction of Luka Modric in the wake of that shot, he was fully expecting it to go in as well. Yeah,
I think that everybody in here expected it because of the quality he has. And the interesting thing for me about Modric is he doesn't look slower.
There's a chance for Croatia on the counter. There's a shot which is skied high over the crossbar there by Baturina, who's not long on. And as he picked it up and he fires it high over Craig Gordon's bar, and it remains 1-1 in the Maximir. Another change coming, I think, for Croatia shortly. Dalic keen to win this game. They want to win this group. They know they've got Portugal still to come here as Kramaric picks up the edge of the box. It's a good challenge by Gilmour. He's hurt himself in the process. As Christie finds McLean, who looks to fire it out to Doak on the far side. Brilliant close control by Ben Doak. Rolls it back infield to McTominay. McTominay under pressure from Sucic, gets it out to Doak on the far side, and he wins the throw-in. And it's going to be a double change for Croatia. I think Ante Budimir is going to come on. He's a striker, plays for Osasuna, scoring against Getafe in La Liga last weekend. He's going to be one of them to come on, and Bruno Petkovic could be the other. Let's keep an eye on that, and it's going to be a Scotland throw-in midway inside their own half on the right. It's Ralston firing it high back towards Hanley, who chests it back to Craig Gordon. One apiece. We're in the final quarter of the match. I wonder if we can have a little word with Willie Miller. How are you reading this now, Willie?
Well, I think a draw away from home against a nation with the quality of Croatia is a very good result. So if it stays like that, absolutely fantastic. I think being under a little bit more pressure in the second half. Still not too sure why that Sucic goal was chalked off, to be perfectly honest. A couple of
Willie,
replays.
I'm going to cut across you. Willie, I'm cutting across you because there was a chance. Baturina knocking it into the penalty area. Matanovic couldn't quite get the shot away at goal. It goes out for a throw-in on this near side. I'll go back to Willie to let him finish off what he was telling us now, because Croatia have gone back to the park.
Yeah, just the Croatia goal. Not too sure why it was not given, but we maybe find that out later. Modric is looking much more like himself in the second half as well, so he is a real threat. I think there's no doubt that Croatia's been the better team in the second half. They've been much better than the first half, and I think if Scotland can hold on, I'm sure Steve Clarke will be more than delighted. If they could hitting the break and get a winner, that would be an absolutely fabulous result.
Croatia, though, have it in the attacking third. Modric wide on the left. It's played infield to Gvardiol and back out to Modric on the left-hand side, spinning away from McTominay. Infield to Sucic, now with Gvardiol, back to Modric. Thought about the big switch to Baturina, instead he uses Kramaric in the centre of the pitch. Midway inside the Scotland half, out to Baturina, level with the edge of the D on this near side. And then knocked back to Sucic. A little bit harder work for Scotland right now, just in these last 10-15 minutes. Switch out to this near side is a cushion header from Kramaric. He's going to get it back from Perisic, wide right, gets the cross in, headed away by Hanley. Defended resolutely this evening, Scotland. So far, it's been a shaky old rear guard over the last 13 months. And coming to this difficult venue to get any kind of positive result, albeit they've been here twice before and emerged with 1-1 draws and a 1-1 draw and a 1-0 victory. As Perisic controls on the right-hand side, facing Robertson. Drops the shoulder, fires the ball to the left-hand side. The shot saved by Sosa, but Kramaric will head home on the rebound. And Croatia have turned it round. They lead in Zagreb. Gordon did all he could there. But when it dropped to Kramaric, he was not missing. And he nods it into the top right corner of the net for his 30th international goal. And it's Croatia 2, Scotland 1.
It's a great save initially from Craig Gordon, and it's that overload on the opposite side again. Ralston has to tuck in, he has to go and make sure there's no gaps, tries to get a block on the initial effort, and Craig Gordon gets his left arm to it. And the good fortune for Croatia is it goes right onto the head of Kramaric, and it's a cool finish. And you have to say that the pressure was building from Croatia. They're getting far more territory in and around the Scotland box, and it's a dagger for Scotland because they have defended well at times.
Yeah, Sosa's effort was saved, and Kramaric was there on the follow-up, and he was just about to come off as well, and he's managed to score before he does so, and he is replaced by Dinamo Zagreb's Bruno Petkovic. And they're also taking off their first goal scorer, Matanovic, and he's replaced by Budimir. Well, I think Willie Miller had just finished speaking there just before Croatia's second goal. That's a hammer blow for Steve Clarke, that, Willie.
Well, it is. You know, the way the second half's been going, Liam, you know, you're looking at it saying if you could come out of this game, you know, with a draw, 1-1 draw, it would be a fabulous result. We haven't looked at threat going forward in too many occasions in the second half, but Croatia have definitely looked, you know, threatening going forward. They've controlled the second half, really, but that's a hammer blow. You know, another diagonal ball, maybe another, you know, fullback, you know, not being alert to the threat at the back post. Good save from Craig Gordon, but a cool finish. So it's not looking great now for Scotland with Croatia getting that second goal.
And it's another game Scotland have conceded more than once in this run, which unless they can find a couple of goals unanswered, it's going to be another match to add to the list of winless games over the last 13 months. It would be 1 in 15 if they don't manage to turn this back in their favour. You'd say it's very much odds against that happening, and they would absolutely take a draw even if it was 1 win in 15. But this is a draw in Zagreb, then fine, but they're going to have to find a way of being a threat. I don't know if that means making changes now, because he hasn't made one yet, Steve Clarke.
Yeah, maybe, but I still think that as much as Croatia have grown into the game, and certainly this second half had, you know, a bit more territory in and around the box, I still feel that there's chances there for Scotland. They've getting good positions, particularly in the wide areas, and maybe that final ball just hasn't been the one to go and really create that opportunity. But Scotland are still in the game. It's not as though it's, you know, 90th minute goal where there's no time to react. I think that, you know, just don't lose your composure. Don't be, you know, forcing the issue and overcommitting and leaving yourself wide open. But yeah, I think that changes bring a bit of freshness. I know Shea Adams was, you know, spoken about not being able to play the full game, but certainly it can be an option to go and stretch a game.
Perisic for Croatia coming down the right hand side. Baturina on the overlap, uses him level with the penalty spot. Baturina sells McLean the dummy, gets his cross in, headed away by Ralston. Modric beats Robertson to it. He's found Baturina. Back to Modric, looks up, picks the pass, gets the cross in, headed away by Ralston. Doak clears it, and then it's rifled high over the bar by Guardiola from about 25 yards, and it stays 2-1 to the Croatians, almost on 74 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same theme, looking for those crosses towards the back post. Ralston's in good positions there to get the first contact, and Scotland just can't quite clear it.
They can't get a hold of the ball at all at the moment. Flag's going up on the far side. The referee blows. Not sure what happened there. I think there's a lot of arms outstretched amongst the Croatian camp.
Offside against Doak, who's then going and chasing.
So Croatia are annoyed because they've got the ball and they're coming forward. Why has the ref brought it back for a free kick in that case?
I have no idea. I can understand the frustration. The assistant referee obviously has to put his flag up and let them know, but the referee thankfully stops Croatia in their tracks.
Che Adams is coming on. Chris Woods, the goalkeeping coach, is there. In a word with the fourth official, and Adams will be on at the next break in play. By the looks of it, Scotland winless in each of the last 8 competitive matches. It's the longest streak of that kind in the national team's history. And they could potentially, as it stands, they're staring at it, lose 4 games in a row for the first time since those troubled early Steve Clarke days. 2019, and the games against the Russians and the Belgians. Baturina picks up for Croatia on this near side. Christie all over him. Baturina spins away from the Scotland number 11. He's still on it down towards the bylines. Christie's touch takes it behind for the corner on this near side to Croatia. Are looking to put this game to bed now. They might just keep Dykes on the pitch for defending this corner rather than bringing him on now. Dykes knows he's coming off, but he's got one more act to perform, and that is to help the defence here. Less than 15 to go, 2-1 to Croatia, and Scotland have to face another Luka Modric corner. It's amazing, isn't it, when you look at these players, evergreen players, Modric, Ronaldo, Lewandowski in this group. They've all wounded Scotland somehow. I know Modric hasn't scored tonight, but he's been such a threat.
Yeah, he's still class. You know, I know he's 39, but he doesn't look it the way that he's still got that little burst of pace when needed.
Yeah, he takes the corner, it's flicked away, and the ref's going to give Scotland a free kick. Away with one, I think the two Scotland players, Hanley and Ralston, almost bumped into each other, and the ref has decided that is a free kick. The changes will be made because Ryan Gauld is also going to be entering the fray along with Che Adams. It'll be cap number 34 for Adams. He missed the matches last month. There were conflicting reports as to the reasons for that. It was because of a little injury. It had been reported in Italy that he was wanting to settle in Turin and didn't want the international football last month, but that was rubbished by Adams himself. Ben Doak coming off, Lyndon Dykes coming off. I think Doak had run his race, sadly.
Yeah, I mean, he's still a threat, but he's not played a lot of football in his career, and you know, just that little bit of freshness. Ryan Christie's going over to the right hand side, Gould's coming to the left, and obviously Adams just a straight swap for Lyndon Dykes, but Ben Doak can be happy with his night swap.
Yeah, and the Scotland fans can be rightly excited about what he's going to bring to the table. Of course, on loan at Middlesbrough this season, and a loan move to an English Championship side, possibly ideal for Ben Doak for this campaign. He tries to forge a successful Liverpool career like his national captain. Scotland have it with McTominay. They're going to push it through to Christie, right hand side of the box, change of pace. Into the box goes Christie, shoots! Oh, it's wide! He's put it past across the face of goal and wide of the left hand post. You're just fully expecting either Christie to score or pull it back to Adams. Gauld was in about there as well, but it stays Croatia 2, Scotland 1. But that is it's an optimistic sign that this game's not done yet.
Yeah, it's great play, tight spaces. Billy Gilmore to McTominay, he plays in Christie, and he gets it exactly where he wants it. Takes the touch back onto his left foot, his body's open, he's just trying to curl that into the far post, potentially offside anyway.
Yeah,
but
just seeing that, yeah.
We know the quality he has where it looks like he's going to just bend it for the far post. He actually hits it straight and maybe doesn't quite get the connection he's looking for. It's a big opportunity though, and that's, of course, you'd rather see the net bulge and, you know, Scotland get back level, but it's an encouraging sign that there is still chances here for Scotland to get themselves level.
Well, a little under 12 minutes to go. We'll be back with Scotland on Sports Sound on Tuesday night when they host Portugal. Match day 4. Here's McTominay. We're going to get it through to Christie again. It's cut out this time by Chaleta Tsar. And he plays it out to Sosa on the far side. Then back to the Lyon defender. And then to Sosa, who smashes it forward. And Sosa up against his clubmate Che Adams now, both of them at Torino. They started the season pretty well. They were top of the embryonic table in Italy. They've dropped down a bit since then, but Adams has scored 4 goals, including 3 on the bounce early in his Torino career. As Croatia play it out from the back, it's with Gvardiol over on that left-hand side, up the line for Sosa. Back to Gvardiol, it's a long ball forward, and the Scotland defence almost caught by Baturina in behind. Gilmour trying to get back at him. Baturina has it left-hand side of the box. Rolls it back in field, an opportunity here perhaps for Petkovic. Out to Sosa, crosses in, flicked away out to this near side, and Ryan Gauld boots it to safety. And cushion header there by Shutalo. That's lovely gliding play at the edge of the penalty area, and the shot is well wide from Petar Sucic. Good little turn. Scotland not closing the players down as they were in the first half. That's what made it such a strong first half performance, was their work off the ball. They just look like they're tiring out there. It stays 2-1 Croatia. We're in the final 10.
Yeah, it's been difficult because Croatia have made, you know, changes in that attacking area in midfield, bringing that freshness. So they've been in the positions throughout the game. They're just finding their teammates a lot more easily towards the end of this game. And look, you can understand they put so much into the game, Scotland, and it's still, you know, there to go and get a positive result. So you have to go and take those risks at times to try and push some bodies forward. As you see with the opportunity for Ryan Christie, there's still chances left in this game for Scotland.
Craig Gordon just put it straight into touch though. It's going to be a Croatia throw in on this near side. And Ivan Perisic is over it. And some of the Scotland fans would have celebrated that Greek victory in London the other night, but that did not do their hopes of avoiding pot 3 in the World Cup qualifying draw any good at all. Greece are one of the nations that Scotland don't want to be winning matches right now, if indeed they don't manage to finish in the top 2 of this Nations League group, which, if they lose this one, is becoming even more unlikely. And later in Warsaw, it's Poland-Portugal. As McLean picks up and knocks it out to the right for Ralston, up the line for Christie. Christie then flicks it infield to Kenny McLean. We haven't seen McLean and Gilmour on the ball in the second half. McTominay as well, as that long ball down the left-hand side aimed for Gauld is headed out for a throw-in by Perisic. And picked up by Gilmour, who bowls it infield to McLean. Billy Gilmour looking for space, Modric all over him. Turns it back into his own half for Suter. And then to the right of the centre circle, it is Ralston. Out to Christie on the far side touchline. He's replaced Doak on that right-hand side. His ball in field cut out, but gets away with it. So it bumped off Budimir. It's now with McLean, a long ball forward, but it's a comfortable chest back to his goalkeeper by Gvardiol. And it stays Croatia 2, Scotland 1, with 8 of the 90 to play.
Yeah, it's only comfortable because McTominay slips, he makes a run, Kenny McLean spots him, and it's the right pass, it's a good weight. He's just running in front of Gvardiol, but the slip allows Gvardiol to come back and just deal with it.
Robertson has it on this left-hand side, the halfway line, back into his own half for Hanley. And Grant Hanley shifts it forward to Gilmour. On the halfway line, knocks it forward, looking for Ryan Gauld. Perisic just gets between the man and the ball and chaperones it back to Livakovic, who picks the ball up eventually. Do Scotland have one big chance left in them? They had one with Christie a few minutes ago. And the man who gave Scotland the lead tonight spurned it. And it's back with Livakovic.
I think there is, because there has to be an element as well from Croatia that they can't, you know, keep piling bodies forward. At some point are they going to make a decision where not that they'll shut up shop, but they'll take less risks, and hopefully that allows, well, hopefully it allows Scotland to go and get an opportunity.
They've given it away, and Modric has it left hand side of the Scotland box. He's inside it now. Back to the edge of the area. Scotland trying to defend this. The shot at goal is blocked. It was Petkovic, and then a free kick for a foul on Gilmour as Scotland tried to dig themselves out of trouble there. The ref wants the free kick taken from the correct position, which it is eventually by Suter. He squares it to Hanley, who knocks it forward to Gilmour, and then out to this left hand side for Robertson. Robertson then driving forward, flicking it infield for Ryan Gauld. He's found Adams, first time ball, low out to Robertson, gets the chip ball into the box, the flag's gone up against Andy Robertson over there on the far side, and it stays Croatia 2, Scotland 1. So frustrating that they, again, just as in Lisbon, had the lead against a top class side. They've been pegged back and now they're behind and they're chasing.
Yeah, it is, but that's what happens when you're playing against, you know, teams at that level. It's tough to watch because you're seeing a lot of good signs and a lot of good things in the game, but ultimately, you know, it's a chance to go and win the game where, I mean, there's still time to go and get an equaliser, but it seemingly looks like it's thrown away, and that is tough to take. These are the lessons that you learn at this level. But I think that Scotland will get another chance. I really feel that a chance is there. It's whether we can get someone to stick it in the back of the net, because Croatia, you know, they were aggressive in their press. They'll try to force mistakes. They're sitting off a little bit, but they're still in good positions to hurt Scotland when they pick the ball up.
Croatia give it away this time. Sosa, he's looking for someone to blame. Gilmour has it, knocks it forward there to Gauld. Now it's with Adams. Adams out to Ralston on the right hand side. It's a long drifted ball to the left hand side of the box, but a really good experienced header back to his goalkeeper by Perisic. Livakovic underarm bowls it to Perisic on this near side. He's got a long ball forward down the right for Baturina, who's on to it now. Robertson trying to get back at him. Baturina has it. Level with the penalty spot. Robertson slipped. Baturina's in the box. Pulls it back to the penalty spot when it's a wonderful little challenge by Gilmour. Really was, because Budimir's pulling the trigger there, and Gilmour just enough to put him off, and Scotland get it away. They trail 2-1. We're in the final 4 minutes of the 90.
Yeah, as I say, Croatia picking up good positions.
And Baturina's away again down the right. His ball across is blocked in the 6-yard area. Really well by John Suter. Again, it's Budimir threatening inside the 6-yard area. And Suter covered his position well, and out it goes for another Croatia throw-in on this near side. Ivan Perisic is over it. Still no further changes for Scotland, as Perisic gets it back immediately, back to Baturina, level with the 6-yard line. Side football back to Perisic. His attempted pass back's cut out by McLean. Scotland get it away, but it's all the way back through with Livakovic. It's come outside his box, launches it forward with the right foot. And underneath it there was Petkovic. Can't really get a teammate involved, and Gilmour with a little back heel for Christie. And now Robertson to Billy Gilmour, flights it forward there. He spots the run of Gauld, and Gould's coming down the left-hand side of the Croatia box. Adams waiting in the middle, and it comes. Oh, and it was almost knocked towards his own goal by Chaleta Tsar, and eventually they've bundled it out for a throw-in on this near side for Scotland.
It's great play all the way through the midfield. Little ball in behind as well for Gauld. Great run, timing the movement, and he's just waiting for Che Adams to make a move. Che Adams makes it too late, but it's a dangerous ball that he struggles to deal with, Chaleta Tsar.
Well, it's not quite last orders yet. It's getting there, though. Scotland have it with McLean. 2.5 of the 90 left. Scotland trailing 2-1. It's Gauld. McTominay in the box. Lovely spin. Left-hand side of the area. He's got it back in his right foot. It's opened up. Oh, no. He's put it well wide. The flag's gone up anyway, so it wouldn't have counted. But McTominay's been so deadly for Scotland, as all his international goals have come in competitive matches, which is okay. They don't play as many friendlies these days, but you were just expecting him to find the top corner there. The flag's kind of spared him.
Yeah, and it's good play again. Little ball into Gauld, who's in a great position, turns quick, plays it into McTominay's feet, and when he takes it onto his left foot, I'm expecting him to get the shot away then, but he whats it back onto his right, He's off balance, he cuts across it. It's high and wide, offside anyway, but again, for me, it's good play. There's still chances here.
Yeah, they're finishing the game pretty well here, Scotland, at least the 90 minutes. It's Gilmour who has it, and he's gone down. He's been fouled by Budimir. There'll be a Scotland free kick right of the centre circle, just inside their own half. 2-1 Croatia.
I think what's important is the desperation can't come, because then you force things, and you go back 5 minutes ago. Anthony Ralston's in a position where he can play it wide to McTominay, goes for the diagonal, which is probably the wrong option. Perisic then deals it very well, but the last couple is nice play and not forced, and I think there's, again, I think the chance is there for Scotland to get the equaliser.
Scotland have it wide in the right. Christie, the cross ball deep to the left hand side of the area, killed in the chest by Robertson. Left hand side of the area, back to McLean, who whips an overhit ball well past for a goal kick. At least it looked like he was going for a goal kick. Kept in play by Sosai, gets it forward to Petkovic, who collects over on that left hand side. We're in the 90th minute. It's played back into their own box there for Chaleta Tsar, who puts it out for a throw, and you can hear the Scotland fans perhaps. Off to our right here inside the stadium. Far side, Ralston's ball in. Chaleta Tsar heads it away. Gilmour's header. Suter trying to keep it in play on the far side, and he has done so. Now with Gilmour, to find out what the stoppage time's going to be. Ball forward cut out by Modric. Now it's with Gvardiol. And Croatia have it back. Petkovic rolling it infield to Gvardiol. He's given it away. 4 minutes have been added on at the end. We're into the first of them. Here's Robertson. Gold. Adams is in there, left-hand side of the box, flicks it back across. There's nobody to put it home. It's brilliant from Che Adams. Flicked it back across the face of goal. There was nobody at the back post to put it in. It looked for a moment like his effort itself might have crept in. But it stays Croatia 2, Scotland 1. And Perisic is going to come off to be replaced by Augsburg's Christian Jakic.
It's a magnificent pass from Ryan Gold. Andy Robertson plays it into his feet. Che Adams spins, makes the run beyond, and he just clips it into his path. I think that he should just step on it and hit it first time and meet it before it bounces, because then the chance almost goes. Just step into it and hit it first time. He almost manages to lift it over the goalkeeper and into the back of the net. But I think the striker there has to go and hit that first time. It's a great opportunity again. Lovely little pass from Ryan Gold.
Well, James did say they would get a chance. Do they get another one after that? They've had their opportunities. Steve Clarke will be leaving Zagreb if they don't find an equaliser here in stoppage time, and we played one of the 4 minutes. He's actually going to be frustrated that they've not taken something from the match.
Without doubt. Without doubt. I think that, you know, we speak about the quality of Croatia, and it's there for all to see. But I think that this has been a strong performance from Scotland again. And now, you know, there's still chances here to go and get the equaliser, albeit time is fast running out. But I did feel that at some point Croatia would have to decide whether they keep going to try and get the third goal or sit back. At times have been caught in between. Scotland certainly getting, you know, more of the ball, more territory, more chances to open them up.
McTominay wins it from Modric and drives forward across the halfway line. Early ball forward to Gold. First time low out to Christie on the far side. The seconds are ticking away. McTominay, right hand side of the box, is a attempted ball across, is cut out though, and Croatia come away with it. And it's the tall figure of Petar Sucic. He takes it for a run down the left hand side. And he's still going. There's no challenge on him. Sucic down the left he goes. Eventually Suter gets there, wins it back and knocks it up the line to Christie. Less than 2 to play. Christie has it, moving up towards the halfway line. He's got Robertson at close quarters, leaves it for the captain. Robertson under pressure, finds Gilmour, and now it's with Hanley. And then Robertson again in the centre circle, rolls it to Ralston. Remember, this performance coming off the back of a good showing in Lisbon, up against it at times. The second half against Poland, save from the late penalty, was a good performance as well. And it's looking like, well, will be 1 win in 15. Even if Scotland find an equaliser as Christie knocks it through, but that would put a different complexion on things. Gold can't control, and now it's with Modric. And out to Baturina on this near side, charging forward, and then the cynical challenge there from Robertson, and it's going to be Gilmour, and it's going to be a yellow card for the Scotland midfielder, the most obvious yellow card you'll see all season long. And with that, We're in the final minute of the 4 that were added, and Croatia can eat up the seconds that remain. And it's looking like another defeat for Scotland, 4 in the bounce.
Yeah, it's a foul that he has to make, Billy Gilmour. He just stops the attack. Batterina, he's got the legs on him. It's Gold and Gilmour that are trying to get back. Andy Robertson had pushed forward. Huge space up that right-hand side for him. He had to make that foul, and it suits Scotland because it stops the counter. It suits Croatia because it takes the sting out of the game and allows them to have the ball in a good position and waste as much time as they can.
There's McLean, challenged by Batterina, out for a Scotland throw-in, but it's deep inside their own half. McLean bowls it. We're into the final 10 seconds. The ref's had a look at his watch. The Romanian official. It's going to have to come now if Scotland are taking anything from Zagreb. Ralston, side football to Gilmour. 4 minutes have been played. It is Scotland on the ball here with Christie. They did bring Jakic on just at the start of the stoppages. Croatia, it's a deep ball towards the left-hand side of the box. Robertson controls, knocks it back towards the penalty spot. McLean can't get it under control. He's claiming handball. Scotland are in. It's been slipped into the net, the far corner. Shea Adams scores with just about the last kick of the ball in Zagreb. And Adams slides it into the far corner of the net to give Scotland what you have to say is a deserved point on the night. The Croatians are looking for answers. The referee's telling them to get out of his face. Adams was in and he slips it past Livakovic. A huge moment for this team, which has been under the cosh and has received so much criticism recently. But they look as though they've just salvaged a point here in the Maximir, when it's Croatia 2, Scotland 2.
Well, there'll be a check, so I'm not going to get carried away, but it's well deserved. It really is. And again, spoke about having a bit of patience. There was a chance for Ralston to maybe put the ball in earlier. They don't. They go out the other side, work a better position to cross the ball. And it's a great switch of play to Andy Robertson. And just wonder if Shea Adams...
Well, they haven't restarted it yet, and there's a lot of...
Nah, he's offside.
Off.
It looks like it to me.
Well, it's going through a big check here. McLean was initially claiming for a handball. Now, did it come off the Croatian player last?
Yeah.
Just before it made it to Adams. It's come off Shutalo. It's difficult. We're not seeing a good angle on the replay. It's difficult to see from that angle as well. Does Adams' goal stand? It's actually come off the defender. I don't think it's going to go down as an Adams goal. It'll be an OG if it stands.
If it stands, nobody cares whether Adams scores it or not, as long as it counts. Taking their time, aren't they?
Yeah. I think the technology they use, UEFA use for these big matches, whether it's international or at club level, the semi-automated technology, generally you get the decision if it comes to offsides immediately. But the longer this goes on, the more you feel this goal might not stand. The ref's walking back towards the Croatia box. Still everyone's looking for answers, James.
Yeah, I mean, I think they must be looking at who has the final touch when it goes into the path of Shea Adams, whether that's Kenny McLean, whether it's a defender. Plus also, you know, there was a claim for the handball, so they check that as well, if they determine it comes off a Croatia player last before it goes into the path of Shea Adams.
This isn't going to stand. This isn't going to stand. No goal. No goal. Heartbreaking for Scotland right at the end. The goal doesn't stand after the lengthy VAR check. And the Croatian supporters, the bench, the players all celebrating. And the referee blows for full time as well. It's defeat for Scotland.